Good day, everyone. It is my honor and privilege to participate in the second International Virtual Conference on Interdisciplinary Research in Higher Education. I would like to introduce myself first. I'm Joyce Marie T. Sumatra from the University of Bohol, Philippines. As a proud member of the University of Bohol family, we take pride in the university's long-standing commitment of transforming lives for a great future. Our university's mission is to provide a holistic education anchored in scholarship, character, and service. The University of Bohol is located at Dr. Cecilio Putong Street, Tagbilaran City, Philippines, and it has another campus, namely the University of Bohol Victoriano D. Tirol Advanced Learning Center, or commonly known as UBVDT ALC, which is situated at Peniflor Street, Tagbilaran City. I'm a college instructor of the University of Bohol, belonging to the Department of the College of Arts and Sciences. The title of my study that I will be presenting today is Emotional Intelligence and Job Performance among Teaching and Non-Teaching Employees, University of Bohol, Tagbilaran City. Emotional intelligence is becoming known as a subject matter to the different researchers, as this has been considered to affect one's mental health and as well as the employee's job performance. There is a broad spectrum in measuring an employee's job performance depending on whether the person is delivering the enumerated job duties and responsibilities in the workplace productively. Since working in an organization requires interaction with people to achieve the target goals successfully, there's also a need for one's self-understanding to determine what aspect that person should be improved on so that he or she can function efficiently as an employee. Employers nowadays don't just solely focus on the cognitive intelligence of a person, but are also now considering the emotional intelligence, or EI, as determinants of their job performance. Numerous studies were conducted to test if there is a relationship between the emotional intelligence and job performance of employees. According to Offerman 2004, emotional intelligence is a better predictor of performance in terms of teamwork projects and ratings of leadership. EI is a crucial factor in employees' ability to manage their own emotions. Employees with high emotional intelligence competencies outperform those with low EI competencies according to studies. Employees with high emotional intelligence have been found to have better work performance and as a result, increased organizational commitment, which leads to a lower likelihood of turnover. Kosatani and Imai Matsumara 2011, for educational institutions to be more successful depends on their workforce. It is essential for a teacher to demonstrate emotional competence in teaching, which could lead them to better job performance. Emotional intelligence and job performance go hand in hand. It is essential that employees must have high emotional intelligence in the workplace to be effective in their job performance to achieve the goals set by the institution. As pointed out by Lopez 2017, the emotional intelligence could have a positive impact on some aspects of the employee's job performance. It was hypothesized that emotional intelligence could influence the success by which employees communicate with their co-workers, the techniques they apply to administer stress and conflict, and the overall job performance of the employees. A study conducted by Bozonelos and Singh 2017, comprising with 188 individuals, results revealed that workers with the highest scores in EI received the strongest job performance ratings at the same time. On the other hand, those individuals with the most disadvantaged results of their job performance didn't have the lowest scores in EI, but rather have middle of the EI scores. The research was mainly conducted to identify the university employees' emotional intelligence and job performance and see if there is a correlation between these two variables. The results of this study are essential in determining the importance of emotional intelligence concerning the employee's job performance and assess the analysis of variance in emotional intelligence and job performance. The findings of this study will lead towards producing a developmental plan that will be proposed to the administration for them to know specifically what needs to be addressed to the employees for them to be more effective in the workplace. This study makes use of Salovey and Mayer's 4 dimensions of emotional intelligence, namely appraisal and expressions of emotion in the self, appraisal and recognition of emotion in others, regulation of emotion in the person, and use of emotion to facilitate performance. John P. Campbell's concept of job performance was interpreted as an individual's activity that has importance for the organization's goals. A measure of job performance shows how well an employee carries out the relevant task in an organization. Job performance is not only one thing, but rather it is composed of multiple factors. With Campbell's concept, he proposed an 8-factor model to capture the different dimensions that are common to all jobs, which are the following: job-specific task proficiency, non-job-specific task proficiency, demonstrating effort, personal discipline, team performance, written and oral communication, supervisory or leadership component, and management or administration. The study utilized a descriptive normative research. For the respondents, a sample size of 180 respondents with 4.16% margin of error and 95% confidence interval. Standard questionnaires were utilized in gathering the data from the respondents. This research study used the Wong and Law Emotional Intelligence Scale, which measured the emotional intelligence of the respondents. The job performance and for teaching and non-teaching employees were self-made questionnaires. The items were based on the University of Bohol evaluation tool. The job performance tool for teaching and non-teaching employees have the following reliability statistics Cronbach's alphas flashed on your screen. The research underwent an ethics review by the University of Bohol Ethics Review Committee, and proper permission and consent from the employees were secured by the researcher through an informed consent. They were advised of their rights as well as the objectives of the study. Moreover, they were also given the assurance of the proper data management and utmost confidentiality of the data gathered. Results show that the emotional intelligence of the respondents has an overall composite mean of 3.58, which is considered as high emotional intelligence. This revealed that among the subdimensions of the emotional intelligence, appraisal and expression of emotion in oneself reflects the highest among the other dimensions, which has an interpretation of high emotional intelligence, while appraisal and expression of emotion in others has the lowest composite mean of 3.50. The teaching employees' job performance respondents has an overall composite mean of 3.43, which is considered as a very good job performance. It revealed that among the subdimensions of the teaching employees' job performance, instructional skills and personal and social qualities both scored the same highest composite mean. Educational leadership and executive ability ranked third among the dimensions with a weighted mean of 3.20 being interpreted as good job performance. For the non-teaching employees' job performance respondents, it has an overall composite mean of 3.58, which is considered as very good job performance. It presented that among the subdimensions of the non-teaching employees' job performance, use and responsibility of equipment and tools, and utilization and responsibility of materials and records are the top 2 high ranks of composite mean. Attendance ranked third among the dimensions with a weighted mean of 3.65 being interpreted as very good job performance. Working conditions was the bottom rank among the subdimensions of the non-teaching employee's job performance, which has a composite mean of 3.39. It can be gleaned in the results that for emotional intelligence and job performance of the teaching employees, the computed R value of 0.51253 is greater than the critical value of 0.18524 at 0.05 level of significance, with 109 degrees of freedom. Thus, the null hypothesis is rejected. Since the null hypothesis is rejected, this means that there is a significant degree of correlation between the emotional intelligence and job performance of the teaching employees. This means that in this study, the emotional intelligence of the employees has a significant effect on the job performance of the teaching employees. The results showed a similar implication of a study wherein the emotional intelligence of a teacher leads him or her towards the creation of an excellent classroom environment that directly relates to teacher performance as well as students' learning, by Sutton and Wheatley 2003. Penrose, Perry, and Ball 2007 have promoted the idea that emotionally intelligent teachers fulfill the job responsibilities of a teaching learning process in a result-oriented way, and this is a crucial criterion of performance. For the emotional intelligence and job performance of the non-teaching employees, the computed R value of 0.39559 is greater than the R critical value of 0.23733 at 0.05 level of significance with 67 degrees of freedom. Thus, the null hypothesis is rejected. Since the null hypothesis is rejected, this means that there is a significant degree of correlation between the emotional intelligence and job performance of the non-teaching employees. The results showed a similar implication of a study wherein emotional intelligence and job performance are positively related. These studies found that emotional intelligence can predict the performance of managers and professionals by Su Chan and Latham 2004, the collection performance of account officers by Bachman et al. 2000, sales performance by Wong, Law, and Wong 2004, and supervisory ratings of job performance by Slasky and Cartwright 2002, Law, Wong, and Song 2004. The obtained t-value of 3.23984 and a two-tail value of 0.00143, which is higher than the critical value of 1.97338 at 0.05 level of significance with 178 degrees of freedom. Thus, the null hypothesis is rejected. This means that there is a significant difference between the teaching and non-teaching employees' emotional intelligence, where teaching employees obtained a mean of 3.65, while non-teaching employees obtained a mean of 3.50. Results showed that teaching employees have a higher mean of emotional intelligence compared to non-teaching employees. This means that the teaching and non-teaching employees significantly differ in their responses. Teaching and non-teaching employees had different perceptions as to emotional intelligence. The t-test obtained a t-value of negative 3.79 and a two-tail value of 0.00020, which is higher than the critical value of 1.97 at 0.05 level of significance, with 178 degrees of freedom. Thus, the null hypothesis is rejected. This means that there is a significant difference between the teaching and non-teaching employees' job performance, where teaching employees obtained a mean of 3.43, while non-teaching employees obtained a mean of 3.58. Results showed that non-teaching employees have a greater mean of job performance compared to the teaching employees. In the computed analysis of variance among the dimensions of the emotional intelligence of the teaching employees, the obtained p-value of 0.03017 is less than 0.05, or the f-ratio of 3.00534 is higher than the f-critical 2.62518. Thus, the null hypothesis is rejected. There exists a significant degree of variance among the dimensions of the emotional intelligence of the teaching employees. Since the analysis of variance yielded a significant result, this was further tested to the Skiff's test to find out where the variance exists. The computation revealed that the only pair which has a significant result are items A, appraisal and expression of emotion in oneself, and B, appraisal and expression of emotion in others. All other pairings are insignificant. In the analysis of variance among the dimensions of the emotional intelligence of the non-teaching employees, the obtained p-value of 0.08743 is higher than 0.05, or the f-ratio 2.20821 is less than the f-critical 2.2821. Thus, the null hypothesis is accepted. There is no significant degree of variance among the dimensions of the emotional intelligence of the non-teaching employees. The obtained p-value of 8.2617 is less than 0.05, or the f-ratio 44.4194 is higher than the f-critical 3.02309. Thus, the null hypothesis is rejected. This means that there is a significant degree of variance among the dimensions of the job performance of the teaching employees. To verify as to where the variance exists, this further tested the Skiff's test. The result shows significant variance between instructional skills and educational leadership and executive ability, and personal and social qualities and educational leadership and executive ability. Instructional skills and personal and social qualities showed an insignificant variance. The analysis of variance among the dimensions of the job performance of the non-teaching employees obtained p-value of 5.2866 is less than 0.05, or the f-ratio 12.40 is higher than the f-critical 2.11. Thus, the null hypothesis is rejected. This means that there is a significant degree of variance among the dimensions of the job performance of the non-teaching employees. As to where the variance lie, the data is subjected to Skiff's test. The employee's emotional intelligence is categorically high. Of the four dimensions, appraisal and expression of emotion in oneself got the highest, while appraisal and expression of emotion in others was the lowest. It means that there's still a need for improving one's perception and understanding the emotions of the people around them. On the level of the teaching employee's job performance, instructional skills and personal and social skills earned the highest rank among the dimensions, which are categorically very good job performance. On the other hand, the lowest rank is educational leadership and executive ability, which has a good performance. The level of non-teaching employees' job performance revealed that among its dimensions, use and responsibility of equipment and tools, and utilization and responsibility of materials and records are the top two high ranks, while the lowest rank is the working conditions. There is a significant degree of correlation between the emotional intelligence and job performance of the employees. The higher or the lower the emotional intelligence of the employees, their job performance is affected. As to the teaching and non-teaching employees' emotional intelligence, there is a significant difference. Teaching and non-teaching employees had different perceptions as to emotional intelligence. As to the teaching and non-teaching employees' job performance, there is a significant difference. Teaching and non-teaching employees had different perceptions as to job performance. The different dimensions of emotional intelligence of the teaching employees significantly vary, while for the non-teaching, they don't. The different dimensions of the job performance of the teaching and non-teaching employees significantly vary. To address the gaps in this particular research, the following recommendations are provided. The University of Bohol should provide emotional intelligence activities and practices towards their employees year-round in alleviating for better job performance. These include self and social awareness activity, relationship management, and group feedbacking. The administration should boost the interest of the employees, such as higher monetary incentives and recognition should be given to the employees. Incorporate an open forum and group sharing during team building activities. The university should include these activities to their yearly calendar that tackles about emotional intelligence and job performance to the employees. Timely reorientation of the employees regarding the updated rules and regulations of the university. This study is deemed beneficial to the UB employees as this can help increase one's self-awareness and being able to understand other people's emotions as well. Moreover, the employees will be more aware of what specific aspect of their job performance should they improve for them to become more effective in the workplace. To the University of Bohol administration, they can provide more financial support to the training or programs for the employees that would fit their needs in order for them to be more efficient and productive employees in the university. In line with this, the University of Bohol can create a happy workplace where employees can be able to express their thoughts and emotions to others, understand their colleagues, and improve teamwork to achieve the goals in the university. To end my presentation, I will share to you a quote from Daniel Goleman that, "What really matters for success, character, happiness, and lifelong achievements is a definite set of emotional skills. Your EQ, not just your purely cognitive abilities that are measured by conventional IQ tests." I hope that with this study, I was able to motivate and inspire you during this difficult time. Furthermore, here are the references cited in this study. Again, thank you for your attention. Stay safe and God bless everyone.